This weekend we have 3 Army Painter Mega Paint sets up for grabs. Get your comments in on any of the Hobby Weekend live blog posts on beatsupport.com for your chance to win. Hi everybody, I've stopped off with Lloyd and he has a little technique that he's wanting to show off to everybody. Lloyd, what have you come up with?
Yeah, I'm continuing on with trying to make my skellies look sort of frosty and snowy and stuff, so I've got to the snow basing part. Well, the slush basing slash ice basing slash snow basing part that I discussed.
Would these skeletons be coming out of some sort of frost-like grave?
Well, I kind of like the idea of them just marching through the wastelands. Do you know the way the White Walkers, they march through the snow and they just appear?
Yes, but surely if they're coming from the north, their grave must be very frosty.
Yes, they're very frosty graves.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Yeah, so to get started with, I've been repainting my bases. What is it, wolf grey?
Wolf grey, yes.
Yeah, wolf grey. So that was them after dipping. So they were a bit messy. So they needed a bit of a touch up. So that's them all tidied up to give me a nice blue base for the effect that I'm after.
What's your next step?
Then I sprayed up some rocks. Okay, again with the wolf grey as my base coat. And then I've used, you can see them in various stages here.
And did you glue these down?
Yeah, I super glued them down. I'm just prizing them off with a knife as I go.
Ah, I see.
So these are basically just little bits of cork rock which seem to miraculously vanish.
Well, you know the things we're on about. It's just little flakes of cork which are just perfect sized for stones. Ah, here we go. Ah, this is from your home stuff.
Yes, this is my home stash getting used. So that's what they're like. Stuck them all onto the lollipop sticks. Sprayed them with the wolf grey.
Yep.
Then I got in with some other colours that I've made up. I made like a beigey sort of colour and some greys and stuff. So that's them, if you want to come in. All sort of...
Yeah, you've got a few different styles.
Painted up with the blue being the sort of the base colour. Then I've put a soft tone. No, it's not a dip, it's a wash on it to get down into the crevices.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be sitting waiting for ages for your rocks to dry.
Yeah. And then I move on and I dry brush them with whites as I get a frosted look. And I've got 2 different sizes. Here's some I've pried off. Okay, so if I bring in the miniature, I've already gone ahead and stuck down.
Right, so we're not going to see you getting your rocks off?
No, we're not going to see that. I'm going to rock on.
Okay, get your rocks
tutorial.
off.
Okay, so they're stuck down. Here's where things get fun. Okay, you basically just take some super glue. Okay, let's put that in. A dollop of it there. Let it sort of...
Ah, you're letting it pull and spread.
Yeah, pull in around his feet. I do have another tool that I've got as well. I got this tool out of a manicure set.
All right.
I have no idea. I think it's something to do with cuticles. And I can use that to spread the glue around.
I see.
And when it builds up on the edge, on the end, I can just use a knife.
Ah, to trim it off.
Clean
I see.
It off, so I still have a fine point.
Right.
Anyway, you do that, so let it flatten out. Then you take regular old baking soda.
Right.
I'm going to just put it in this lid just to make it easier
to work with. I suppose baking soda can be quite messy if you're not careful with it.
It's just this is too small a hole to get your fingers into.
Aye, I see.
Alright.
Alright, so you need to spread it all out nice and gently.
Break the lumps, get my finger in there, give it a good old pounding.
Yeah, just what you need to do. Get it nice and fine, yeah?
Yeah, it's feeling lovely now.
Okay.
Like the feel of that, okay? This has just been sitting here. This is the magic bit. Sprinkle!
Alright, so you're going to sprinkle, you're not going to stick it in?
Nope, just going to sprinkle it on.
Okay.
You want to make sure you get it everywhere when you're sprinkling. Okay? Tap it off. Then I've got a wee brush. I prefer to brush it off rather than blow it off because you have more control. If you blow it off, it can go everywhere.
Again, it's keeping it clean, keeping it not being messy.
Yeah. And if you get in close, you'll see there's the first layer down.
And how many layers do you go through?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Like, on top of that, you can just put another layer.
Alright, so it's already dry?
Yeah, because the baking soda reacts with the super glue and it dries instantly.
I see.
This is the clever part of this technique.
Okay.
Tap it off again. Get me your brush. This again is from my nail care set.
Just a little feather.
that I bought in Poundland.
Yeah, looks like a tickly wee thing.
And because the super glue immediately dries when it hits the baking powder, you can use this without worrying about it sticking to your model.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so here you can see you've got a really sort of slushy look going on.
It's just slowly building up.
Okay, so you can keep building it up in layers. And here's one I've done earlier.
That works really well.
All the different layers that are in it, right? But when you get to the point where you want something that looks a bit more like packed sort of snow coming through, then you can switch over Again, bring your super glue in. So let's say we want it to be deeper snow in the middle rather than that slush. Just drop the big lump of super glue in. Actually, I'll do it over this as I can reuse those. This is the Army Painter Snow Flock. Tap it off. Now, there's a bit of a contrast going on there.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover that in super glue again.
And just keep going?
Okay, so watch this. Hopefully it's spread around. If you're not doing this on the camera, you'd be a bit tighter about it. Get the baking soda, spread on the top of that.
So you're getting really sort of a melted snow.
Tap it off, brush it off. Ta-da!
That works really well, Lloyd.
Instant tundra, frozen wasteland snow. So I've got one here with the rocks. I'll just quickly spin it around so you get the idea of the effect. So you get all those different colours rather than just being pure white.
Yeah.
And then here's one I've got a wee bit of the tundra grass.
And what, you're aiming for this to be more that they're walking across a glacier than anything else?
Yeah. I'll just put I haven't got around to doing this bit yet. Hold on.
Alright.
Well, I'm going with whatever the effect looks like. You know, if I wanted more powdery looking snow, I'd have to do something else. But I'm going with this effect because I like it, and it's quick and it's easy.
Yeah.
And you don't often see people with this sort of almost snow turning, going off sort of look, which I really like.
Yeah. See, I would like to try this. I have bases that I've done where it's sort of the summer melt, so I've got a little bit of brown earth mixed in along with it.
Yeah.
So you actually get those other tones running through it instead of it being quite so blue, because this is very blue what you're doing here.
Well, you could paint different colours under it. Like maybe if you painted a white under it, or a lighter blue.
Maybe a brown?
Or maybe even a brown, it would just look like slush over dirt. Brown and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I was very much going for that. I want this to look frosty and cold.
Aye.
And then at the end, if you work on an A3 sheet or something like that, you can just dump your baking soda into a pot and reclaim it.
Very useful.
Job done. Did something hit the floor? Someone's mini hit the floor.
Don't break other people's minis.
I didn't see that. Anyway.
We caught that on camera. We saw everything.
I have to press on because everyone's loving, get more done, Lloyd, get more done in the comments. So I'm getting more done.
Alright, well guys, that is Lloyd's technique for doing snow basing. Feel free to share your own ideas and thoughts on how you do sort of winter bases on your own minis and beneath. Don't forget, get your comments in on any of the 3 live blogs that we have ran this weekend, because you could win yourself one of those mega paint sets from Army Painter. And what are you doing now?
And just before we go, you can put super glue out like this and work it onto a base like that, so you would spread it around. So
and you can get right in tight without having to worry about the glue going up over the feet.
You can do it in a more controlled manner.
I see.
Like that, rather than just dumping it onto the model.
Yeah. Well, guys, we'll move on here. Hopefully you are enjoying the coverage. Get any tips you have for people in, because I'm sure everybody in here is still checking the live blog. I've seen people on their phones all day. Moving on here, we will see you later. This weekend we have 3 Army Painter Mega Paint sets up for grabs. Get your comments in on any of the Hobby Weekend live blog posts on beastofwar.com for your chance to win.